What is going on, broskies? It's Lupus, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to improve your accuracy within Battlefield 4, as well as some other tips that will help you win some gunfights. All these tips may not be as applicable to all those people who play on PC, but if you are console players, these tips will definitely help you the most. Before I get into that though, I would like to send you guys towards another channel. His name is Battle Rush Gaming, and if you guys love my speculations on Easter egg videos, you guys will definitely enjoy his videos. He does not do speculations, however. He gets down to the nitty and gritty, goes through the files in Battlefield 4's game files, and then he finds out what triggers the Easter eggs, what kind of things it leads to, and then hopes that with you guys' helps and you guys' speculations, he can end up finding out how to trigger it and be the person who finds the Easter eggs. So I'm going to link his channel in the description down below, and if you guys love Easter eggs as much as I do, you guys will definitely enjoy his channel. Me and him have been doing a lot of talking on Skype and conversing about the Easter egg. I've been trying to pitch some ideas with my speculations. Hopefully he can trigger the big WTF Easter egg that everybody's been talking about, and he has a lot of hints that are leading towards it, so definitely go over to his channel and check him out. But as I said, today I'm going to help you guys improve your accuracy, and hopefully by the end of this video you guys have learned something really, really useful. Alright, so before I get into giving you guys the actual tips on how to improve your accuracy, I would like to first let you guys know what qualifications I have in order to tell you guys how to improve your accuracy on console. I don't have the highest KD, I don't have the lowest KD though. I'm above average, I'm a fairly good Battlefield player, but my accuracy for some reason outshines everything else. So I'm going to compare myself today to two guys who I believe to be really good Battlefield players who are really good at giving tips and tricks because of how good they are at Battlefield. The first one is Zainov. He plays on the last gen console. He plays on the Xbox 360. I play on the Xbox One, and I'm also going to compare myself to Glassy, who plays on the PC. So as you guys should know, the last gen consoles had a little bit higher aim assist than the next gen consoles, and the PC does not have an aim assist at all, but you have the precision of a mouse and keyboard, which increases your accuracy like tenfold if you are good at using that. So Zainov, I'm going to look at our KDs first. Zainov has a 2.1 KD on the Xbox 360. Really good. Definitely a really above average player. He's a great player. I've played with him several times, and he's just really good in general. Glassy has a ridiculous 4.4 KD, which is unbelievably high, and he is just a god when it comes to PC gaming on Battlefield 4. And I have an above average, but not super impressive 1.4 KD. I am a good player at Battlefield, but I do goof around a good bit. I goof around a fair bit, have some funny moments, do some trolling, and I'm not afraid to die and have that risk my KD because I know I'm better at the game than my KD shows. Now we're going to look at the accuracy, and this is where I begin to shine a little bit more than you would expect. Zainov with his 2.1 KD has a 12.71% accuracy, and he plays, as I said, on the Xbox 360 using the sticks. Glassy on the mouse and keyboard on his PC has a 16.57% accuracy. You guys would probably expect me to have somewhere lower than 12% accuracy according to how my KD compares to Zainov and Glassy's, but I actually have a whopping 15.94% accuracy, which is way closer to Glassy's accuracy than it is to Zainov's. It's about it's about 0.5% away from Glassy's, a little bit more than that, and it's ridiculously high for comparing it to my KD. So while I do goof around a good bit, I am very good when it comes to being accurate with weapons, and today I'm going to tell you guys how I am able to do that and how I am able to defy logic by the stats that you guys just saw. In order to be accurate with a weapon within Battlefield 4, there are a lot of things you have to take into account when familiarizing yourself with it. For example, you have to be familiar with the recoil patterns, how the gun jumps, how effective it is at range, and what encounters you should and should not partake in. For example, if you're using a PDW, you do not want to get in an encounter that is over 200 meters, depending on what weapon it is. It could be the AS Val, which is actually kind of effective at that range, but you have to know whether that PDW or whether that carbine, whatever weapon you're using, will be effective at that range. Now I'm going to walk you guys through a little process you guys can use in order to familiarize yourself with a weapon. And whatever weapon you may want to end up using, just repeat the process all over again, and you can probably become very accurate with said weapon. So first off, what you have to do is, of course, pick the weapon that you'd like to become very accurate with. Whether it's a easy to use weapon such as the AK-5C, or something more difficult to use like an AEK-971 or some sort of LMG, something with recoil. And whatever it is, just try and familiarize yourself with it by doing the steps that I'm going to go through right now. So first off, what you should probably do is go to the test range or some empty lobby and find some wall to shoot at. And what you're going to do is the first time you're going to go through trying to, or not trying to control the recoil at all, and just see where the recoil pattern goes up, whether it's up to the right, up to the left, straight up to the middle, whatever it is exactly. Then the second time you're going to try and control that as best as you can. Once you think you've gotten the idea of how that gun ends up recoiling, then you want to go into a public match. And I don't recommend going straight into some rush game or some conquest game where there are the close quarters encounters, but then there's a ton of long range encounters that you may not be prepared for. What I'd recommend doing is first going to a domination or team deathmatch game mode and trying to get in all kinds of situations, because on a team deathmatch or domination game there are anywhere from short range encounters to a medium long range encounter, and in this situation you can learn what weapons are effective at range and what aren't. For example, if you are on rogue transmission on a team deathmatch map, you're not going to be able to shoot somebody at long range using an MP7 or an MX4 Storm. So what you will want to do is go through a couple games of it once you think you've gotten the hang of it, if you think you're very accurate with it. And I would recommend trying to get at least one service star with that weapon before trying to go into a conquest or rush game and use it in all kinds of different situations, because once you have 100 kills with that weapon, you usually are very familiar with how the gun works. Once you think you've familiarized yourself with the weapon, you've gotten your first service star with it, you've gotten 100 kills, and you've played a good bit of domination, team deathmatch, and other close range, close quarters game modes, I would then recommend going on Battlelog and checking to make sure if your accuracy has gone up or down. And if it has gone down, then I would definitely try and familiarize yourself a little bit more, because maybe you're missing something. Maybe you haven't got it down as much as you think you have, and just keep working with it until you think you've got it. But if you do want to go ahead and jump into some conquest or rush games, obliteration, whatever you want, and see if you can win some of those long range encounters as well, definitely go ahead and do that. But as I said, keep an eye on your accuracy, and if it does go down, try and see if there's something you're doing wrong and try and improve upon that. Once you think you familiarize yourself with a weapon where your accuracy has gone up a good bit and you feel very confident while using that weapon, move on to something that's a little bit more challenging, such as a gun with a lot of high recoil, maybe an LMG, maybe the AK-971. I think I've said that like 1,000 times, because that weapon does require a bit of a learning curve because it is a little bit more difficult to use. But then try and challenge yourself and repeat the same process over again in trying to familiarize yourself with that gun. Now that I've told you guys what process I go through when trying to familiarize myself with a weapon so that I can win gunfights, I'm now going to tell you what you can do along with the accuracy that you have gained in order to win gunfights, which will then, of course, improve your accuracy as well. The first thing I recommend doing is strafing. When you are going around a corner and there's possibly some people around there, you're not exactly sure, but there's a good chance of it, I would definitely recommend strafing around the corner, because if you go from hipfire, if somebody does come around the corner and you go from hipfire to ADS within a second, it takes a little bit for the gun to register as being aimed down sights. And it's not a bug in the game, it's actually a mechanic that is put in the game to challenge you a little bit. So if you're already aimed down sights and you're strafing around the corner, you don't have to worry about that inaccuracy, and that will, as well as help you win the gunfight, it'll also improve your accuracy as well. Another suggestion I have for you guys in order to win one-on-one close quarters gunfights is to move to the side while you are shooting. This will make you a harder target for your enemy to shoot, and if they are not as familiar with their weapon as you are, they may not be as accurate, and this will definitely give you an advantage over your opponent. The next tip I have is microbursting. I know a lot of you guys probably know what microbursting is, and a lot of you guys probably do it at longer ranges. But what I would recommend doing, if somebody is past 10 meters, which is considered close range, I would definitely consider shooting them with microburst. And basically what a microburst is you are pretty much trigger fingering while using an automatic weapon. So while you are pulling the trigger really, really fast, you're not just sending out one bullet at a time, you are sending out multiple, but it is causing the gun to not have as much recoil as it would if you were just letting it loose and holding down the trigger full blast. Another tip is that whenever you are shooting and moving enemy target and he ends up moving out of the way of your bullets, let's say you're shooting at him, you get the first couple hit markers, but he ends up moving so fast that you can't really keep up. Don't continue shooting and try and catch up with him and then get the kill. Stop shooting, adjust your aim, and then kill him, because that will bring up your accuracy. It won't bring it down because you all those missed bullets. And if you have a gun that does have a lower magazine capacity, such as the AS Val, situations like that will make you end up running out of ammunition before you're able to kill them, and just stop shooting and adjusting your aim will let you put them down without having to reload and possibly get killed. that is all the tips I have for you guys today. I hope that it did help you and it helps you bring up your accuracy within Battlefield 4. If it does not help you, and if you guys cannot figure out for the life of you how to bring up your accuracy and how to get better at the game, do not fret. Just keep trying. Try whatever it takes. Keep doing the tips that I have given you, and eventually you will get it. Everybody learns at a different pace. Everybody learns in a different way, but anybody can do it. I promise you guys. I have not always been this accurate with my weapons within Battlefield, and it took me a while, but it's been about 2 years since I actually got good with it, and I just progressively get better since then. So do not fret. Eventually you will get the hang of it, and just take some of these tips and try and learn upon it. If you guys figure out some tips on your own that you guys figured out with my help, then definitely let me know what you guys figured out. I would love to hear. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. But as always, this has been Lupus, and I will catch you guys in the next one.